Howdy, folks. Hope you're doing well. It's Clocking the Gallop on a Thursday morning. It's the 25th of August. For many, it is payday, Lyall, being the 25th of the month. So people will be wanting to get interested today in the Turffontein Inside Track meeting. There are 8 races carded. And very quickly, before I chat and say hello to Lyall, Henny Grayling's not riding today. He only had the one ride, I think, on the card today. The track condition is good. Penetrometer 21. And they've had 15 millimeters of irrigation put down on the track in the last 7 days. No rainfall. Looks like a splendid day weather-wise. Lyall Cooper, good morning to you. How are you?
Well, thank you, Nico. Returning from a great Equus Awards last night and looking forward to today's card.
Correct. I know you attended it. I'm away, as you can see. I'm at Sun City at the moment and spending the week out here.
It looks horrible.
It's horrible. But I know that you bumped into Gary Player at the awards, and we were talking about it just before we came on air. It was quite ironic because yesterday I took my 2 sons, who you've coached once upon a Sunday once before.
Yes.
Both those boys wanted to play one of the courses, and we managed to play the Gary Player Country Club yesterday. We only played the first 9, and it was interesting. And our caddy was a guy by the name of Smash. And he took my boys through it because, as you know, I know precious little about golf. I'll confess to that. And he took them around and they played okay.
Oh, well done, Nico. That's a lovely golf course.
Absolutely.
And it was quite amazing because as soon as I met him, he remembered my name. And I mean, I haven't seen him in 10 years.
Yeah, correct.
The man's, he's unbelievable.
Did he enjoy himself? Did he look like he was having a good time?
I think he really did. But to be him must be hard because I don't think he had time to even eat dinner. He just literally, he's that popular. Yeah, not easy.
Okay, well, well done to Gary Player. Nice to have him at the awards ceremony last night. Okay, I'm sure that it's been exhausted in terms of the awards winners, so we're not going to dwell on that. We're going to go straight into today's racing. So let's talk about the first of the day, which is off at 12:30. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares for work riders over 1,450 meters. Changes in the first, there are none. So race 1 is clear. Whilst I go to the betting, what do you fancy?
Well, that's, as I said to you off air, I haven't even looked at the betting. So this is going to be really interesting for me. My narrow first selection is number 4, Miss Soho, Ashley Fortune, Trent Mayhew. Now, Trent Mayhew hasn't won a race yet.
No.
But has the draw. Yeah, he has the draw. He has the horse. He has the form. So today just could be the day for Miss Soho. But it's not a massively confident selection. I think number 3, Regina Bellissima, with the brilliant Sam Wasio aboard, could be a player with any improvement. A bit worrying that was on the poly last time, but could be a player. And then number 5, Up the Irish, with Waiting van Staden for Ashley Fortune. I thought the next best. Not a strong field, Nico. I'm leaning in to see the betting there. It is 14-10. So, yeah, punting as I thought there. I thought Miss Soho is the one to beat. Number 3, I'm looking there, 15-10. And then number 5, okay, so I'm not giving any value, Nico. I'm pretty much tipping it as they're betting.
Yeah, I thought the kicker might have been the 10 Platinum Run. She's only had 1 run, and she ran behind a horse called Jin Chin, I think you pronounced that. And it was about 7 3/4 lengths. I think she's probably capable of a bit better. But we always default back to the question mark of the ability of the riders in these races. And I remember telling Neil one time, because I managed to have quite a long chat one day to Sam Messier. I pulled him aside and I said to him, Sam, these other guys riding against you, I'm surely you having ridden, now let's just update you with a figure, you having ridden 130 winners versus these guys who have ridden 1 or 0 or 2 or 5. He said the race is won in the jockey room when they change it. And for that reason, I'd have to say Regina Bellissima would come out on top for me, just because he's got all the experience in the world, Messiah. So I think it's his to lose. But as you quite rightly say, there is money for Miss Soho, and she has to be respected. But Lars giving it the 4-3-5 numbers there, which is the opening.
But Nico, because of the draws, I'm going to end off just saying what I agree with you. Let's go 3 or 4, 3, and 10 because of the draws, Nico. The draws are absolutely imperative over 1450. So I'm willing to swap out my 5 for your 10, literally just because of the draw. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're basically 3, 4, 5, and 10, and not necessarily in that order.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
let's move on to race number 2, which is the start of the place accumulator. And you'll be able to see our place accumulator numbers on our Take a Bet show, which will come up later on the show this morning. 1 the off time of this maiden plate, 1,000 meters. And just in race 2, no changes to report here either. It's a small field, and Ex-Essentialist is the favorite, number 3 for Paul Peter and Rachel Veneker. Has been gelded after its debut run and is at 7.7 to 10, with 4 to 1 being offered about Trey Amici and number 5 Woodland Ridge, who's also been gelded after the debut. Your feelings here?
Yeah, I was quite very much in the favour of this favourite, Nico. I mean, Mercantile, we know how good Mercantile ran second in the Group 2 or third in the Group 2. The City Course has come through to win the 1.5 kilograms. I think that certainly is the horse to beat. I'm just paging over the draw of 2. That's my horse to beat. Number 4, I think could be a bit of a danger with some nice natural speed and some Unga Kamalo aboard. And then horses like number 5 and 6. But I don't like number 6's draw. It's literally got a draw of 7, even in this field, has got a 4.5% winning rate. So I think 3 and 4 for me, Nico. End of story.
Okay, 3 and 4 for you in that order.
Yes. Correct.
In that order. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the 3, because of the weight allowance as well of Rachel Veneker. Now, how was her speech last night, by the way, very quickly?
Excellent. Well, Rachel, she's a very confident young lady.
Yes.
She doesn't seem to be flustered by much at all. She spoke very well. She looked so smart, and she got a nice round of applause. And yeah, it's lovely for racing.
Absolutely. So she rides Ex-Essentialist number 3 in the second race today.
And just a story for you, Nick, I can just add to that. I did speak to her afterwards, and I said to her, my goal for you will be for you to race against Holly Doyle one day and equal her or beat her on a consistent basis. And she couldn't agree more, and that's one of her goals.
Oh, really? Hey? So that's what it is. Is she claiming?
Who?
Will she claim against Holly?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to ask her that, Nico.
She'll get very used to claiming the 1.5 wherever she goes.
Yeah, true.
So if she does travel overseas, she's got to remember that she's not going to claim.
That's a good question. But that's her goal.
That's a South African. That's a South African.
Head to head. Head to head, no claiming.
Head to head, no claiming. That's a South African thing. But she should still claim. Oh no, she shouldn't still claim if she was an apprentice anyway. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting confused. No. Okay, on to the third we go.
Okay.
The third race is at the start of the PickSix at 20 to 2. It's a maiden plate fillies and mares over 1,800 meters. And in race 3, no blinkers, but a tongue tie number 3, 3 bells. That's the update there as far as the changes are concerned. Lots of money here for Tulip Tree number 6. She was my fancy last time out. She was heavily backed. She just was touched off by light of day. She's been back from 12 to 10 into 9 to 10. And the only other one really, well, number 1, I'm in Love is 4 to 1, and number 7, Rarotonga Rosa 5 to 1. So those are the only other 2. Graphene Aerogels at 6 to 1. Tulip Tree, is she your top choice?
Well, I'm making it a match race, Nico. Tulip Tree, Stu Pedigree, Raymond Danielson from a decent enough draw. And number 1, I'm in Love, even though there was a work riders last time, and she's got a horrible draw. Again, I think with the 1.5 kilograms off, and 1 or 2 of her form lines have worked out well. That Belarus form line and the Piet et Mooi, goodness gracious, you can pronounce that for me. Those 2 Cape form lines have worked out quite strong. So I'm not going to discount her. I think between the 6 and the 1 for me.
Yeah. Well, Tulip Tree, I looked at the pedigree actually of this horse because I was unsure of Boxwood Boa, but I found some interesting stuff in the pedigree, Lyall, that will tell me that on the dam side, she could run over 3,200 meters.
Well, there we go.
Because it's a very stout pedigree with regard to the dam side. She's by What a Winter though, which is a more sprinting middle distance sire. So I think she will have no problem with the distance. I do think she is very, very hard to beat in that race. But as you say,
and could be a good banker.
Yeah, could be the banker. But I respect that. Just one quick other one here that I wanted to quickly ask you about. And that was number 10, Lochranza at 33 to 1. Daughter of Canford Cliffs. Now, granted, her first run doesn't look great, but remember, she's stepping up by a good 600 meters plus here. And I think she's related to that all silvery blue of the Fortunes. And I think she can get a trip. I thought this was a bit of a lurker.
I did write her, Nico, up and trip, drawn 3. should improve.
Yeah.
100%. If you're looking
So
for a roughie, that's the one.
Yeah, I
agree.
think that may cause a bit of an upset at best, okay, in that third race. Okay, race 4 is a merit-rated 74 handicap over the 1,800 meters, runs at 2:15. Changes here are nil. So nil as claimed. And this I thought was much more open. Don't Touch Me, number 1, who's having his first run in the province, is at 9-4. 5, Blonde Actor, won a good race last time up 9-4. Then there's some money for Dawn of a New Era into 33-10, and number 3, Humble Tune at 7-2. So very closely matched those top 4.
Correct, Nico. You know, when I looked at this race, as you said, it is closely matched. I'm going to end up going with Humble Tune as my first selection. Samanga Kamalo for Candice Dawson, and I think draw a line through last time. That's not his run. 1,800, his merit rating's down to 71, and I think he's right here today for a really big race. If you go on the form lines here, he might just have the beating of Dawn of a New Era. But for me, Humble Tune is the horse to beat. Number 1, Don't Touch Me. Oh, my goodness, we know what Paul Peter does with horses when they relocate here.
Absolutely.
And the last time, the last time this horse ran on turf, it did win. So no, I don't have a problem with the turf. Drawn 2, 1.5 kilograms off. I might be selling myself short here because I'm making a good case for this horse. And then, of course, Dawn of a New Era and Blonde Act. But narrowly 3, 1, 2, and 5.
Okay, you're going for Humble Tune as your top choice. Obviously, chances to the other 3 that I've mentioned. Just quickly with regard to Blonde Act, number 5. I noticed this horse reserves its best races for this course. I called its last win on the 16th of August, where it blew past King Arthur. I mean, it was nowhere with 300 meters to go, and it came from last. I was very, very impressed with that performance of Blonde Act, and I think that could follow.
And the time was good too, Nico. They won in a good time as well.
Yeah, it really blew the field away. So I would respect that. But I
think we personally, I think we need all 4 of those in the PickSix.
I think we do. I think we do. Yeah. I think it's very closely matched there with those ones. Okay, race 5 is a merit-rated 90 handicap at 10-3. And in race 5, there are a few changes here. Number 3, Leopold. You can take the blinkers off and put earmuffs on. Leopold, and then number 5, Diesel and Dust, who's having his first run in South Africa, races with a compression mask on. Let's look at the betting. Vanderbilt, who's attempting to go 5 on the trot, is 2-1. Number 1, Sir Michael, who was a good winner last time out at 3-1. And then you've got 5-1, number 2, Barney's Pride, 11-2, the 8, Duke of Rain, and 6-1 about Leopold. Again, being a 90 handicap, it's probably a B division race. Your fancies here?
Good race. I like this race, Nico. Because Vanderbilt's up 8 points, I'm going to go with number 8, Duke of Rain. Caden Brewer's riding for Lucky Udolarkis. Tries the course for the very first time. An okay draw here. I like the 53 kilograms, and I think he's running well enough. If you go back to the penultimate, Nico, 1 3/4 lengths behind Vanderbilt, he is 11.5 kilograms better off. For me, that's good enough. So it's actually a fairly confident selection about Duke of Rain. To beat home, obviously, Vanderbilt. Number 3, Leopold. I think he's a big runner, as per usual. And I do want to mention Sir Michael. So I'm going 8, 4, 3, and 1. But at the weights, theoretically, Duke of Rain should beat Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt seems to step up to the plate each and every time.
He does. And, certainly does.
Again, last time out, he was never, ever under pressure. Rachel Veneker, I think, rides him for the first time. I don't think she's ridden him before. So
she does,
she'll be wanting to go off to the front on him today and try and stay there. Okay, so your top choice, Duke of Rain, the 11-2 chance ahead of, you're tipping Vanderbilt second.
Second, of course, he's a big runner, obviously.
Second. And then Leopold and Sir Michael are your choices there. Okay, that's race 5 done and dusted. As we move on to race 6 at 3:25. Now, this is a graduation plate over 1,000 meters. I know it's already caused a little bit of consternation in the Clock in the Gallop war room. But let's go to number 8, Befooted, first, because Kenny Krailing's not riding, so there's no rider for that yet, and that has a compression mask on as well. So that is those are the changes in the 6th race. Now, if we look at the betting, you've got the favorite Faraway Winter at 2-1, number 7. Number 3, Moonshining Through, unbeaten in 2 starts at 22-10. Number 1, It's About Time at 7-2. And then number 6, Miss Daisy is at 7-1. Now you're a moonshining through, man, to make it 3 on the balance.
Yes, Nick, Neil's going to owe me another coffee because I know he's going for Faraway Winter, and I did hear the whispers are already out for Faraway Winter. So
Yes.
First point I'd like to make is that it can win. But to me personally, at the weights, a horse like number 3, Moonshining Through, tie best weighted, the daughter of Rafif, and the comments from Johan Janssen Furen, speedy filly, think she'll be a massive runner. How's that a comment on a comeback from him?
Yes.
Drawn 1, King in the Mellow. For me, this is the horse to beat. I also think that Miss Daisy is a very, very big runner here, Nico. The horses that this horse has run against, this daughter of Crusade, are really top class. I mean, she ran in that Group 1 last time. The Miss Cool form line, the Maharani form line, the Feather Boa form line, but she's drawn 7. So I'm going 3, 6, 7. I think it's between those 3.
Yeah. Just very quickly about Moonshining Through. She's a 4-year-old. She's very lightly raced, as you know. She's coming back from a lengthy spell off. But if you look at her rating, I mean, she is rated 91. Faraway Winter's a gross 90, but if you take into account the weight for age, is actually only a 76. So that would mean 15. Sure. It would have to give it 7.5 kilos. It's only giving it 2.5. So it's 5 kilos out with Moonshining Through if you take the weights into account.
Exactly.
But I know that Faraway Winter, I did speak to Diego de Guevara last time out. I actually went against Faraway Winter last time out because I said this horse is looking for 1,000, not further than that. And they've brought it back to 1,000, and Diego seemed to agree with it. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's it's not clear cut by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
You've got all those chances there, as Lyall mentions in the 6th of the day.
It's a good race, Nico. It's a very good race. And if Faraway Winter does win here, that'll be a very impressive victory.
Okay. Just very quickly, now in the 3rd race, I just want to backtrack there. In the 3rd race, you can scratch 3 bells now. That's a late scratching that's just come through.
Okay.
Swollen legs. Swollen legs is the reason given there. Okay, race 7 is the penultimate at 4 o'clock. It's a fillies and mares 84 handicap. It's 1,200 meters the trip. And in race 7, number 2, Golden Aspen has a compression mask on. That's the only change. Looking at the betting, the favorite is Kiss Me Captain, again for the Aussies and Diego de Guevara. Number 8, 28-10, marginally ahead of number 4, No Time Is Taken at 33-10. Then number 5, Special Variety at 7-2 and 6-1, about numbers 1 and 2, On Cue and Golden Aspen. Okay, race 7 looks competitive, and you probably found it that way too.
Yeah, it does look competitive. Nico, again, I must tell the punters out there, I've heard whispers about Kiss Me Captain already. I haven't even got to the course yet, but I'm going to take it on with number 1, On Cue. Not loving the draw either here, but 57 kilograms. And whenever I speak to Ashley Fortune, she always expects this horse to run a really big race. I mean, she ran in a fillies and mares 97 last time, and she'll be there. So she's going to be my value and my bet there. What is she, about 5-6-1? I think that's a very nice price.
Yeah.
And then, of course, behind her, No Time Is Taken. Although up in class, it's a nice weight. And if you go back 4 runs, was a length behind On Cue and is a kilogram and a half better off and drawn better. So, if I like my 1, I have to like number 4. And then number 8, just from what I'm hearing, this horse could be half decent. So I think for me, those 3, and if you're looking for lean in and see number 5, 7-2, not any value. I think number 5, Special Variety, is also a bit of a player. So, but I can't tip them all. I think I'll go On Cue and Kiss Me Captain.
Yeah, very quickly, both equipment changes on 4 and 5 here. Both have blinkers removed, and I think that's key. You've got No Time Is Taken, who's had blinkers on the last 3, now has blinkers off. And the same with Special Variety. I think they tried the blinkers in the hope that it would do the trick, but it actually had the reverse effect. She was never dangerous last time out, and the money was down. I think, but she's drawn horribly, hey, Special Variety.
Yeah.
She's not drawn well at all. So I believe No Time Is Taken will be on the premises, as you quite rightly mentioned, 33-10. That may well be the right horse here for me if I was chipping in. But I actually haven't studied, as you know. I haven't studied the form. I'm on holiday, and that's been left up to you. So we'll go with your On Cue as the nice value bet today on the card in race number 7. Okay, let's move on to the last of the day. 8 races carded at Turffontein today. And in race 8, the changes are as follows. No blinkers for number 2 all around the world. Number 3, Gimme Royalty, has blinkers, no blinker pacifiers. I see it's been wearing blinker pacifiers. The blinker's back on that. Compression mask on number 7, Kintallan Bay, and no blinkers for the 8, Mr. Bodacious. The betting has Ignatius as the favorite. Now, this horse was gelded, by the way. Just note that. Gelded after its first run, ran behind Lozado, gelded on the 13th of July. That's 15-10. Number 1, PickFive, who struggled to win a maiden, but is 5-2. And then next best, 5-1, number 2, all around the world. Your take on this last race?
You can laugh at me if you want, Nico. I'm going PickFive today. I think this is his day with Samanga aboard. 18th run, and he's beaten quite a few in the field here. I think the only horse he has to beat is Ignatius, who's drawn at 8 and only having his second run. And now, around this turn here, he might just get a bit lost, this beautifully bred son of Silvano. Doesn't mean he can't win, but I think PickFive for me could get it right today. Ignatius, and then all around the world, the improver could be number 9, another son of Silvano for Paul Peter, with 1.5 kilograms off. So if you're looking for that roughie, that for me is the one. But I'm actually going to go quite strong in PickFive, Nick. I think if Samanga puts him in the right spot, they might just not catch him. This might be his day.
Yeah, a very interesting take on that race, because obviously the money is coming for Ignatius early on. Remember, we're doing this show at 8:30 on a Thursday morning, so anything could happen in the betting. But Lyall is firmly in the camp of PickFive here, ahead of Ignatius and all around the world, you said, hey? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all around the world is well held by number 1, because so it makes it quite a simple race. The 1 in the 8, the 1 in the 6. All around the world's been beaten not once but twice by PickFive, quite cozily. So 1 in 6. Yeah. 1 in 6. That's it. I can't see anything else.
Okay, 1 in 6 for Lyall there. Okay, Lyall, that's a take on today's card. I know Lyall's helped us out with our take a bet numbers for today's show in terms of the place accumulator. Just Lyall, very quickly before you go, no racing in Joburg on the weekend, but there is the sales happening. I need to mention the sales quickly because that happens tomorrow and Saturday. And I think many of the people that were at the Equus Awards are staying behind to look at the horses today, maybe go racing and then go to the sales on Friday and Saturday. Just on your side, what is your program for the weekend?
I'm in studio. Well, I'm on course today, and then I'm in studio for the rest of the week.
Okay, so you're pretty busy at that. Okay, I'll look forward to seeing you back in Joburg. Thanks very much for your input today. Have a good day's racing. And I think that on the coffee stakes, have you kept a record of all these coffees, by the way, before you go?
Well, we might get 2 different opinions here, but I think I might be about 3 or 4 up. But Neil might have a different opinion. He beat me last time, but I was quite well up.
Yeah, okay. So they're still in your, you got credits. You have still got a few coffee credits.
I think so, but Neil might debate this point.
Okay. Well, one thing we do need to do as a clock in the gallop outfit with the Joburg guys is to maybe go out for a breakfast so we can settle the score with all these coffees. We might be all caffeined up by the end of it.
No, Nick, I won't be able to drink that many coffees in one sitting, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we might have to have 2 breakfasts then, divide it up. But we do need a breakfast. So commit to the breakfast at least, if we're for
sounds lovely
breakfast between all of us. Okay, Lyall, thanks so much. Enjoy the races today and have a good day out at Turffontein.
Thank you, Nico.
Thanks for your time. That's Lyall Cooper with a look at today's Turffontein meeting, and hopefully it's a good one for you. Remember to watch our Take a Bet show as well in a separate recording here and a separate clip. Thank you.